and thank you for joining us for this week's edition of It's Your City. I'm your host, Cortney Bloomer. Today's episode is brought to you by the Diaz Brothers Graphic Design, designing graphics and posters for all of your event promotion needs. Our guest on today's show is Dan Earp, who is the Recreation Superintendent for Carson City's Parks and Recreation Division. Welcome.
Oh, thank you.
Summer is here. It's June now. School is out, and the Parks and Recreation Department has a really broad and exciting slate of stuff going on for the summer.
That's the idea. So we're pretty excited gearing up for our summer season, and we have lots of different activities, same things that we've been offering for years, but we've also tried to really build up our program offering this summer to make it more exciting and offer just a variety of different types of programs and special events for all ages.
That's right, and it's really kind of cool because for the first time, maybe the first time ever, I don't know if you guys used to do this, there is an activity guide.
Yes. So it's something we used to do, I think it's been at least 8 to 10 years. It used to be called Discover Us, if you're familiar with that. So we've changed the name just to Activity Guide to make it more general because it's Parks and Recreation and also has library programming as well. And in the future, probably some senior programs and some other partnerships that we're going to create. So we're keeping it kind of a general name, but primarily with the Parks and Recreation. And it's just an activity guide that lists all of our aquatics programs. It has programs for youth, for teenagers, for adaptive recreations, for people with disabilities, and all sorts of different activities listed in here, plus library information and just information on our facilities as well. So hours, costs for the aquatic center, to use the MAC. So our new multi-purpose athletic center, it's been open for a little over a year now, and all that information is available all in one place.
All right, fantastic. So let's talk about some of those programs. People might not be familiar with everything that Parks and Rec offers, but there are a lot of things from the summer day camp program for kids all the way up to adult sports leagues. So what are a few of the highlights that are going on this summer?
So some of the highlights, we're doing some teen trips for the first time ever, specifically for teens. So they include a lot of outdoor activities, just because that's something I'm really passionate about. So rafting trips, going to the rock climbing gym up in Reno, which is like the tallest gym in the world or something like that. Going to the Easy Air trampoline park and going to an Aces game, some of those kinds of activities for teens. We also are doing some special events that we haven't ever done before. So we're doing a dive-in movie at the Aquatic Center. So you can come hang out at the pool, float on some tubes and watch a movie. We're going to be showing Moana, which seemed to be a fitting movie for an aquatic environment. And then also we're doing a movie in the park for the first time as well, which is going to be, we're showing the movie Sing. So it's really family oriented for you to come hang out at the park on a nice summer night. Or it's going to be at 8 o'clock, so it has to be dark enough for us to be able to show a movie on a projector screen. But you can bring your chairs and blankets and food and everything like that, and just kind of enjoy being out there in the park.
And which park are we talking about? Because Carson City has a lot of parks.
So it's going to be at Mills Park, so right in the center of town. All
right. Speaking of a lot of parks, there are a number of different recreation facilities all over the city that people can take advantage of. There's the sports fields out at Centennial and then also at the Governor's Field Complex. Some of those facilities suffered some damage this winter. How's that looking for summer?
Things are looking pretty good for summer, especially at the sports fields. As you said, there was a ton of damage. I don't know if there was a single park facility or trail that didn't see some damage from the floods. So we had to prioritize which things we were able to fix. And so the higher use, such as the sports field, Centennial, Governors, those are obviously the top priority because we had to get our softball programs in there and Little League. So those are up and running and doing good. The trails we're now working on and trying to get back up to par. So most of them are all walkable now, but just be mindful that there is some erosion in some places. And so you still have to be careful as you're going out, and throughout the course of the summer, just be patient with us if you see our crews out there doing some repairs, because we're working on getting them back to where they should be.
Right. Definitely a really big job ahead of you guys to repair
For sure.
some of that damage that's happening. Now, the sports fields, as you said, are ready to go. Everything is good to go there. And there are some programs for folks who might want to go out and utilize those fields. What are some of the different offerings, and how can people sign up?
Okay, so the main thing we have going on, as far as that we take care of registration for and run, is our softball program, which takes place at Centennial. We have a round going on right now, but we have a late summer into fall softball program as well, which you can still register for. In any of our sports or any of our programs, you can register by going onto our website, carson.org /Parks and Rec, and just follow the links that will take you to registration. And you can register for, or you can pop into any of our recreation centers. So particularly at the MAC or at the pool, you can pop in there and they can take care of registration for you if you have a team. As far as sports, another new thing we're doing as well, not outdoors, but we're doing a high school dodgeball league. So we're going to do it at the MAC, and that starts here in a few weeks. So if you're interested in that, grab a team together. It's teams of 8, and come down to the MAC, and you can sign up. And it's pretty casual, $15 a participant. Trying to keep it cheap, just a fun summer activity, 6 weeks long, just to come and play some dodgeball.
All right, dodgeball was, a kind of a childhood memory and kind of fun to get back in there. And people are probably familiar with Dodgeball, the movie, where adults play dodgeball and make it look like a whole lot of fun. So something to do at the MAC. The MAC is sort of tucked away. Explain to people where it is.
So the MAC is, it's on Russell's Way, and it's right next to the Boys and Girls Club, if you're familiar with that. It shares the same property. So it's kind of near that intersection of Highway 50 and 580. You just kind of pull off onto Russell Way there, and it's just a couple blocks north of that. But yeah, it is kind of tucked away and hard to find. But we have lots of programming there, particularly in the summertime. If it's hot outside, we have a 1/8 of a mile walking trail. So it's great for people to just come and walk if you want to get away from the sun. We also have just drop-in basketball, volleyball, it's courts, anything you want to use it for, open. We started doing, just in the last few weeks, pickleball, which has been really popular. And so we have that every morning available. We set up a couple nets. And so if at any point you just want to swing by and just try it out, it's just generally $3 to $4, depending on your age, to drop in and play for as long as you want.
Summer. One of the things that I think comes instantly to mind when people think of summer is the pool. You want to go to the pool because it's summer.
I hope you want to go to the
pool.
The
aquatic facility in town has a bunch of different programs that people can take advantage of, from swimming lessons to the swim team. When are those going on, and what are some of the things that people might want to check out at the pool?
So for sure, swimming lessons. We have swimming lessons that go on year round, but summer is a very popular time to get your kids in the swim lessons. And we really encourage everyone to participate in that, it's a great program and helps keep your kids safe. If you're planning on going out to the river or to Lake Tahoe or any other aquatic environment, you want to be able to swim. So we encourage you to do swim lessons. There's several different sessions throughout the summer, which you can find in the activity guide. It has all the dates and times and everything broken down as well. The Tiger Sharks is a program, an organization that we work with that runs the swim team. And they have a summer program specifically that's really geared. It's a competitive program, but their summer program is a little bit less competitive and more of an introductory for those who are thinking that maybe, swimming might be something for you. It's a good time to try it out in the summertime. And then, like we said, we're doing the dive-in movie and just open swim. To come and swim laps, just to stay in shape, cool off in the summertime, but also just come and swim, play fun. Have fun playing basketball, using the water slide that's there, and it's really just a great place.
Well, I know I checked out the activity guide, and one of the things happening at the pool that I thought was really cool is the paddleboard yoga.
Yes, so paddleboard yoga is a program that's been going for a little while. She actually runs the program up at Lake Tahoe, and she brings down some of her paddleboards just a handful of times throughout the summer to come and use at the aquatic environment. So if you've never tried paddleboarding, it's a great introduction for it. If you've never tried yoga, also a great introduction. If you really just want to spice things up, you kind of combine the two. It makes the balance even that much harder to try it on a board on the water. So it's a lot of fun.
All right. The activity guide is a great resource. Where can people find it?
So you can find it on our website, carson.org/Parks and Rec. Just on the left-hand side, there's a tab that says Activity Guide, and you can download it there. You can also find it on our Facebook page. And what's really nice about the Activity Guide is I try to make it as interactive as possible, in that any of the websites or the emails that are in there, you can click on them and it'll take you straight to the website, because we work with a lot of different partners offering different types of programs. So if and we can't put all the information about the programs in a guide because of printing. So if you want more information, you can click right on it. It'll take you straight to their website, and you can get all the information that you need. We really hope people take advantage of it. We're going to produce 3 of them a year, one for summer, one for fall, and one for winter. And so we're already gearing up for fall and coming up with some really fun plans for that too.
All right, that sounds really exciting. Parks and Recreation Department for Carson City, a great way for people in our community to get active and enjoy some of the fun things that our community has to offer. Dan Earp, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure.
All right. And thanks to all of you for joining us for this week's edition of It's Your City, brought to you by the Diaz Brothers graphic design business. Contact them at the number shown on your screen if you have some promotional printing needs. If your business would like to sponsor a future edition of It's Your City, please contact Darla. And that's it for this week's episode. I'm your host, Cortney Bloomer. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next week.